What's up, guys? Welcome back to Diesel Creek. If this is your first time joining us, my name's Matt. This is my buddy Mr. Jerry here, and he has just agreed to sell me this beautiful Unit 1020 dragline. Do I need a dragline? Absolutely not. Is the wife going to be upset? For sure. But I can't risk seeing something like this go to waste. He says he's owned it probably 30 years, and he used it to dig most of this pond, I do believe. And I come up to check it out actually last fall, and he had it running for me, and we played around and dug some dirt with it, and it was working pretty good. And then I said, why don't you lower the boom down for me to check out the boom and inspect it. And he did, and sure enough, after sitting here for so many years, the cable had deteriorated and the boom let go and fell right down on the bucket. The cable snapped on it, and it was an unfortunate accident, but it is what it is. Bad. Yeah, there's the bugger that let us down right there, quite literally. She hit the ground, landed right on top of the bucket, broke that small section in the boom there, but I think we can fix that up, no problem. So the whole idea of what we're up here doing today, we're going to try to get this boom off of here, break it down into a few pieces, and get it loaded out on my trailer so I can get a low boy in here and haul the rest of the machine out. So undercarriage, you know, on a machine this age, it's kind of tired, it's wore out, but you don't track these things around too much like an excavator. They kind of usually just move back and forth a little bit. For an engine in this thing, we've got a big 6-cylinder Chrysler industrial engine. Mr. Jerry says it'll suck down a 5-gallon can of fuel in about an hour, so it's making a little bit of power, I guess. We've got moss, so it's a good machine. This is old school. This will make a man out of you here. This is no hydraulics at all. Everything is hand brakes and clutches and levers. This makes you work for it. Oh. She's a little bit rough. Sheet metal's rotting away on it in places. We can patch that up. It's just straight tin. You can see over here we've got our clutch packs for the different lines, and I'm gonna have to familiarize myself with the terminology. I know there's fair leads and load lines, and I don't even know what else. Here's our bucket. This is why it is called a drag line, because it throws the bucket out and drops it down and pulls it back to itself, filling it full of dirt while it's dragging over the ground, so hence the name. It's a pretty good sized bucket. First thing I want to get into here, we're going to get these cables broke down and looped up around the boom so they're not fighting us. As you can see, they're really in there. After the boom fell the last time, I realized that this one didn't even have a keeper in it, but nothing holding it but weight and gravity. This one just has a big old bent nail as a keeper, and it looks like it's been up there for a good 30 years. I'm gonna have to keep that. That's a good one. Some big pins. Makes it a little more gooder.
There you go. I guess that actually is on plastic now. It does have a little bit more torque. Go ahead and buzz that more. Just to test it. Yeah, that'll do it.
There we go. Well, that sucked. Really showed me how out of shape I was trying to beat these last couple pins out here. But we did manage to finally get the 2 pins out. Got the main boom off. Everything is sitting up on the trailer here. Got the bucket left. I was trying to get it on this load, but I don't think we have quite enough room for it, so we'll get that in another day. Well, it's a beautiful foggy morning here, about a week later. We're gonna try to get this old girl fired up this morning, driving on the Lowboy. There's what she has for a power plant. It's an inline 6-cylinder Chrysler industrial engine, and hasn't been started since last fall, so hopefully it just pops right off for us. Got a battery and some gas, we should be good to go. Got oil. One of the things we need to fix before we start trying to track this thing up to the machine, or up to the Lowboy, is I got this track here. Let's see, part of the pin broke off and worked its way out. So I've got replacement track pins here that I made out of some 1-inch bar stock. Hopefully we can just pound these things in there. You guys had me thinking after I left the other day. You said, what train, you know? that poor trailer that's right there by the tracks. Oh man, I can't imagine living there.
Yeah,
That's been there as long as I can ever remember. Look at that.
That's perfect.
Almost.
Yeah, it's real close.
Here, let me get over.
There we go.
Yeah, that was the spot.
Now, get the persuasion out.
Yeah.
All the dirt. There.
Good.
I think so. We'll find out.
It's a little better angle to swing at today. Where are we at? I can't.
Just
Right.
set that anywhere. Almost. I was trying to feel under there. Alright, I think you got her now. Yep.
Close enough.
She's flushed.
Perfect.
Now let's see if that puppy will run.
Yeah, that's the most important part, I guess. Yeah, or you turned the choke actually.
Let's see here. Oh, here, let me pull on this if you want to pull. Did that pull pretty good, or?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Got a big spider just descended there right next
Oh,
to you.
yeah.
That fired up pretty easy. That idler doesn't want to move. Might have to do some back and forth. This idler doesn't look like it wants to move.
Now I want to make sure what we're in first.
that idler breaks loose. Probably the first time she's tracked forward that far in a long time, ain't it?
Yeah, a couple days.
Yeah, that idler on that side's still not turning, but maybe we can break it loose. There it goes. Hold that.
Oh yeah, give her some more throttle there. There you go.
Got the old drag line all loaded up here. Got a pretty long driveway here. Buddy's got the back up. Got to back it out onto the main road here. And then we'll be boogieing on down the road to my place. She's a beaut, Clark. Got it now. Well, that got interesting real quick. I don't know if you guys were able to see. I'm kind of in a hurry here. I'm paying for a lowboy by the hour, so I'm trying to hurry up and get him back on the road and everything. I don't really spend a lot of time setting up cameras, just kind of tossed it up there and hope you guys could see that happening. But you see that chain right there? That's supposed to be kind of around that sprocket. It's not supposed to break like that. So what happened is I backed off the lowboy. That track just kind of seemed like it didn't want to go. It was kind of binding, but I really didn't have any other direction to go to try to ease its binding issues. And then all of a sudden, kabang, and the drive chain flopped over onto the ground. I said, ruh-roh. Luckily, this side held together, and I was able to pivot the machine mostly out of the way, but the lowboy trailer was still partially blocked by the track here. So I had to scurry down the road there, grab the old Clark wheel loader, jumped in it, fired right up. That thing's pretty darn loyal. And there was a swarm of hornets in the cab with me. That was a fun little ride. I was able to get them all out of the cab and get up here, and what I ended up doing was picking up the lowboy trailer and moving it over and setting it back down. I'm pretty sure you guys missed that. So it's better off to break here, in the middle of my road. There's not a lot of traffic going on here, so pretty okay that way. Now the gentleman I got it off of were nice enough to throw in this crate of parts here. There's actually a whole bucket of odds and ends there. And luckily I was able to dive in there and find some track links. So we've got pins, we can fix that track, and we should be back in business. And, she's pretty stiff. This thing hasn't been run much in a long time. So we'll just put that there like so. And then I got to loop the other half of it back around that sprocket there. And once I get it back there, we'll line it up here and drive the new pin through. Oh yeah, this chain's just easy to move. Woohoo! Really close here. It's just gonna be a bear to get started. We're in business now. Well, as you can probably see from the time lapse there, I'm having some issues. This track is popping off. After I got the drive chain fixed and started trying to drive it down here, I had the same issue up at the road. It popped off like it is right now, and the neighbor had to come down and help me with his backhoe, pop it back on. And it's getting late in the day. It's not going anywhere. It's at a good place, so I figure this is as good a place as any to let it sit for right now. And then I'm gonna have to do some reading in the book. There's 3 tensioners. There's one right there, one right here, and one on the back side of the sprocket. So I have to do some reading in the book, make sure I tension this thing up the proper way. It looks like we might have a good bit of tension left, adjustment left in our tensioners, so we might be okay there. Just tighten this thing up and be back in business. It's not really that hard to pop it back on. It's just a little hard to do by yourself. Well, there it is, guys. What do you think about that? I think it's a pretty cool machine. I look forward to getting to work on this thing in the future. I know I'm showing you this right now, but you're not going to see it for quite a while. It's going to sit here because I have priorities. As you guys remind me so often, I need to work on my auto car. So you're going to be seeing some more work on the auto car before we even start on this thing. But I thought it was pretty cool. You don't ever see these things come up for sale, so the time to buy is when you see it. And I think I got a pretty fair price on it. Everybody always asks me what I pay for stuff, so I'll just go ahead and tell you. I paid $1,500 for the machine itself, and then I haven't got the bill yet for the lowboy, but I'm thinking it's going to be about $1,000 or a little more. It was a permit load. It's over width. It's 124 inches wide. But I think this thing's pretty cool. Like I said, I really love all these old machines. I can't stand to see them go to scrap. And if nobody else bought this thing, that's where Mr. Jerry said it might be heading. So can't take that risk. So anyways, guys, that wraps up this video. If you liked the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. There's going to be plenty more in the drag line coming in the distant future, and lots of other cooler projects in the midterm. So if you haven't already, be sure you hit that subscribe button. The channel's been growing like crazy. I really appreciate that, guys. Appreciate all you guys that enable me to keep doing what I'm doing here. So as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Later.